everyone, and thank you so much for coming back and joining me. Now in today's video I am doing a Disney video today, if you haven't already noticed by the title. Now I am going to be talking about Disney live action, movies and what's next. Now I have already done back at the end of May a video called Disney live action what's next. So I've called this part 2 because I already have did one of these. So if you haven't actually seen that video, I will put the link below. So I am going to be using the notes, and because I have the memory of a goldfish. Now the first one that I want to talk about, these are basically ones that I didn't mention in the first one, and ones that I only sort of as of late know or we're going to be getting basically. Now the first one is Lilo and Stitch. Now I had heard about this a while back, but apparently this is definitely happening by Disney. I absolutely love the animation of Lilo and Stitch. I have it on DVD. I've seen it many times. I also have a teddy bear of Stitch, and I will actually try to bring that up because I actually did a video almost a year ago, I think, where I showed like a lot of the Disney stuff that I have. I can remember my mum got it years ago for me for Christmas. Stitch is so adorable, honestly. And I don't think this is going to be easy though to actually turn into a live action. I think it's a bit of a silly idea, but I would actually be kind of intrigued more than anything just to see how they would actually pull this off. Now, we don't know any release date or anything. All we know so far is that it will be written by Mike Van Wise, who done the Conjuring spin-off of The Crooked Man, and I know a lot about that because I love The Conjuring, love all those movies. I love watching it over Halloween, and all we know as well that it will feature a mixture of live action and CGI. I mean, oh my goodness, it would have to. I'm really intrigued how they're going to do Stitch more than anything. Now, in case anybody doesn't know anything about Lilo and Stitch or they've never seen it, basically Stitch is also known as Experiment 626, and he's pretty much like an illegal life form. And then there's like a little young girl called Lilo, and she adopts Stitch. And there's a quote in the movie that I absolutely love, which is, Ohana means family, and family means that nobody gets left behind or forgotten, or no one gets left behind or forgotten, or something like that, right? And it is so cute. It really, really is. I love the movie. I think Stitch is absolutely hilarious. It's just such a funny but such a lovely story and message behind it, and I really like it. I don't want it to be made into a live action. Obviously that's not my decision, but just in my opinion of being such a big fan of the movie, I don't want it to be remade. What a silly idea. The next one that we have is Jungle Book 2, which I was really surprised at because I literally had no idea. Had anybody else heard about this one? Now, of course, Jon Favreau, who's did a lot of work for Star Wars, he directed the first Jungle Book live action, which I do own on DVD, seen it in the cinema. I thought he did a really, really good job. I think it's a fantastic movie. He did a really good job at bringing it to life, but now, was it as good as the original Jungle Book, the classic Jungle Book? Of course not. No. You can't beat the original Jungle Book movie. It's just as simple as that. I still appreciated what he'd done with it. I thought it was absolutely fantastic, the job that he did do, and I really enjoyed it. I liked the little young kid that acted in it as well, and I liked, Mowgli. I liked everything about the movie. There wasn't really anything that I sort of would have complained about that movie. But one thing I will say, which is quite important, is there was a Jungle Book 2, right, animation, and I didn't actually really like that movie. It wasn't all that good, to be honest. It wasn't awful, but it just wasn't good. It's one that I never bought on DVD. So because me personally, I didn't really like the second Jungle Book animation movie, I think it's a bad idea that they're then trying to do a I don't even think it did all that well. You can let me know if I'm wrong, but I don't think it did that well from what I can remember. So why they're trying to do a second one is beyond me. But yes, obviously the first one done well, so that's probably where they're kind of going with that. They're thinking, you did a great job, it brought us good money, so, let's use this as a milk train and a cash flow. And that, of course, we know that that's what Disney do. But I just personally think that I actually did like how the live action turned out of the Jungle Book, but that's where it should have ended, with the one that Jon Favreau done. But on a plus side, on the upside, if I want to be positive about this, is there is positivity. And the positivity is that Jon Favreau will be returning as the director for the second live action. So I suppose I would look at it in this sort of sense. At least they're not passing on the torch to like some other director who's really bad, or, you know, someone who might not have enough experience or be good at it or whatever. At least we know, I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I liked it. So he did a good job in the first one, so he might do another great job on this next one, even though I think it's not needed. But that's the positive side. Now, Disney apparently have said in an article that I wrote that they are absolutely adamant that they are going to be doing this Jungle Book 2 movie, and that it is 100%, you know, going to be coming out. And it also says as well, the other information that we have is that the second Jungle Book live action will delve further into Rudyard Kipling's work and also use some discarded ideas from the 1967 animated version of the Jungle Book. And I actually think that sounds actually quite interesting. So, you know, them two pieces of information I think is positive anyway, in my opinion. Now, the next one's where things get pretty interesting, guys, because Tessa Thompson comes into play. So if you're interested to see how this sort of unravels, how she comes into things, then here goes, guys. Listen up. Lady and the Tramp is the next one. Oh my, Disney, you are going to mess up. I'm sorry, you should not be doing a live action of a 1955 freaking well classic. Now again, I will try to bring up, I also showed my Lady teddy that I actually have as well. I absolutely love this movie, and I really have a big nostalgic attachment to this, and I still love the movie, will always love the movie, because it reminds me of my dad. So just a bit of a quick story. My dad used to go away for his work sometimes when I was younger. I didn't overly remember it, but I do remember he went away sometimes. And there was a time where he went away for 2 or 3 weeks, right? And when he came home, I think it was late at night, and I had to get up to go to school for the next morning. And what he had in his hand was, I feel old, a VHS of Lady and the Tramp. And I will never forget that moment. And I have seen this movie hundreds of times, like you have no idea. And it's just such a magical, beautiful movie. And I will never get bored of it. And I absolutely love the songs, and this is where I think they're going to mess up. Not only is it a classic 1955 movie, it has classic songs. It has He's a Tramp by Peggy Lee for starters, and my favourite scene in the whole movie, which brings me to my favourite song in the movie, is, you know, the song where there's the 2 Siamese cats, right? And it's the same with the 2 Siamese cats and Lady, and they come out of like this box, because there's this like really old wicked woman that's like, you know, babysitting the newborn baby. Which is the parents of, you know, the dog Lady. And these 2 Siamese cats and Lady are in this scene, and if you've seen the movie, you'll know what I mean. And they come out, and the 2 of them, you know, they're really sleek it, and they're singing, you know, we are Siamese, if you please, do. And it's the way the music moves, and the way that the 2 Siamese cats, you know, heads and everything move. It is utterly classic, and that's my all-time favourite scene from that movie, when they're trying to claw down the tablecloth from the table, because they're trying to get the fish out of the fishbowl, and one of them goes, there will be a head for you, and the other one goes, and a there for me, and it is absolutely classic. Honestly, I really don't want this to be made, because the original in 1955 was just an utter classic, and I just think it's one of them movies that not only shouldn't be remade, but you cannot recreate that classic. So Disney, why are you even trying? And I'm not meaning that to sound like really, really catty, you know, mind the pun, because I've just finished talking about Siamese cats, but, you know, I'm not meaning to sound catty, but for me, I really, really don't want this to be remade. And maybe it is because, as well, as I say, I have like a real like sort of like connection to it from like my dad buying it for me on VHS, and I've watched it so many times with my father, and I have it on DVD, and I still watch it. I think I watched it about a year ago. And I mean, nowadays they're recreating a 1955 movie. How is that going to work? You know, what sort of songs are they going to be playing? They're not going to be putting classics in there like, you know, He's a Tramp. Do you know what I mean? He's a tramp, but they love him. You know, they're not going to be putting in classics like that. Do you know what I mean? Because they know that kids aren't going to want to go to a cinema nowadays and listen to really old songs, but is what I would actually call real music. Does that make sense? Anyways, that's just my opinion. Now, the thing is, kids aren't going to be fazed by this, and that's their whole reason why they've, they want to re-bring it out now, because kids aren't going to go, oh, but that was a really good old movie, I don't want that being remade. No, kids aren't going to care. Not all kids, young kids, have seen Lady and the Tramp, let's face it. Some have, some also haven't. Some might have seen it once or twice and don't really care, whether this is being made into a live action, and why would this? Things get so interesting, guys, because this is where Tessa Thompson comes into play. Because, check this out, guys. I thought this was hilarious, freaking hilarious when I read this. Tessa Thompson, aka, Valkyrie, and the girl that was in Men in Black International. She is voicing Lady, the lead girl dog in it. Which kind of surprised me, since considering at Comic-Con, she said that she was on the lookout for her queen, now that she's, the king of Asgard. So I was actually quite surprised that she didn't get asked to play, that she didn't ask Disney, can I play a male dog, Anyhow, Tramp is being voiced by animal rights advocate Justin Thurox, hope I've pronounced that right. Sam Elliott will voice Trusty, and Ashley Jensen will voice Jock. Now this is where things get really irritating for me, because Jock is my all-time favourite character in Lady and the Tramp, and I think he is absolutely hilarious. I love his little Scottish accent, and he wears like a little, in the animation, he wears like a little, sort of Scottish dog coat, and I just think he's absolutely hilarious. He's like, now don't you be worry there, lady. It's just so funny, his wee Scottish accent. Oh, you wee bonny lassie. It's hilarious. Anyway, I'm really sorry. Any people from Scotland who are watching this right now, please find your way to forgive me. That was awful. I know that. I'm really bad at doing a Scottish accent. I know, trust me. Anyways, embarrassingly moving on. Wow. So Jock's my favourite, but I read in an article, and the article that I read it on, I think it was Screen Rant, which is quite a trustworthy site, like, let's face it. Now, apparently in this article, it is said that Disney are going to be, apparently, this is what I'm only saying, this is what I've read from an article, guys, that Jock is being gender swapped. So the dog Jock is not going to be a dude, it's going to be a female dog, right? It's going to be a female dog. Why did I say dude? So not a dude dog, a female dog, right? Anyway, but why are you gender swapping a dog? It is a dog, guys, seriously. Am I the only one that thinks this is weird? I mean, don't get me wrong. If the weird stuff wasn't going on with all the gender pushing stuff, the way it has been, over the years, then fair enough. I'll go, oh, well, okay, that's just how they're reimagining it and yada, 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 right? But this was a classic Disney from 1955. Why even are you putting your paws on it now anyways? You don't have any need to. Plus, you're going to actually take a classic movie and the best character in it, in my opinion, and my favourite freaking wild dog in it, and you're going to take my favourite dog in the movie and you're going to turn it into a female? Heck to the freaking well no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys, I'm going off in a bit of a rant. But this one I am the most passionate about out of the live actions that I'm talking about today. So no, that's not okay. No, that's not how life works. I'm just kidding, guys, but no, seriously. Why was the need? Why couldn't they keep that character as a boy dog? I don't get it. For just so you can have this nonsense agenda that you're trying to keep pushing. But yeah, apparently they said that they're keeping the rest of the characters the same. That's a bit odd. Fair enough, if you change maybe like 2 or 3 of them, I could kind of go, oh, well, okay, this is their reimagination of it. But you're just going to take one dog and swap the gender? I dead on, doesn't I? So anyways, right. The other thing that we know is it's coming to Disney Plus, and it's directed by Charlie Bean, who did the Lego Ninjago movie. I don't know how to pronounce that, guys, but anyways, some Lego movie, right? Haven't seen it, so I can't really sort of like say if he's good or not. Do you guys know anything about him? Have you seen that movie? Let me know in the comments. Now, I personally cannot see this movie working. I really can't. And basically what they're doing is they're bringing to Disney Plus laziness and unoriginality. That is what is coming to Disney Plus. Like, literally, they should do an advertisement. Coming to Disney Plus. Unoriginality. reimaginations of movies, reboots, you know, we're rebooting Home Alone. What else could they say as an advertising? Live action of literally everything you've seen. You know, like that should be some sort of an advertisement, maybe. Am I right? No? Let me know. But anyhow, sorry, dear Disney, but why is my dog Charlie? You see the way Macaulay Culkin said when he had his opinion on responding back to you about rebooting Home Alone, which is utterly ridiculous. He said, Disney, call me, right? It was the last thing he said, right, at the end of what he had posted on the picture. So I'm going to say the same thing to you. Disney, call me. My dog Charlie is available. Do you know what I mean? Like, he could be one of the friends of one of the dogs, you know, in the movie. You know, and even if the movie ends up like it sucks and it's not all that good, if I tell everybody on my YouTube channel that my Labrador Charlie's going to be in the live action of Lady and the Tramp, it's going to sell tickets. That's why I'm just think about it. Disney, call me. So anyways, as I was saying, I can't see this working. You know, that's all they're bringing to Disney Plus is unoriginality. But let's face it, it would be too much effort for Disney to sit around a table at a meeting and come up with something original. They don't have the time for that, guys. They have so much on their plate. You know, like, they are sitting with Mickey Mouse, Disney sprinkled donuts on their plate, and they have them to eat and drink cups of coffee all day long, do you know what I mean? And talk about doing live actions of everything we've already seen. So, you know, they have their hands tied, you know what I mean? And like, it's fair enough, like, they don't have the time, you know, and it's more than understandable. At the end of the day, donuts are pretty awesome, like, so, you know, who am I to blame? Lastly, a quick run over before I finish up this video. So stay with me. Live actions that we do know is, you know, of course, happening is Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, that we're getting this October. I think it's coming to the UK on the 18th of October, so I'm not sure. I'm sorry, guys, I forgot to look up about, you know, everywhere else. But I'm pretty sure I read that it was the 18th of October for the United Kingdom anyways. And so I'm sure, obviously, October for pretty much everywhere anyways. Robert Lindsay is in this, and he is from my second all-time favourite comedy TV show, and it's a TV show called My Family. And it was a show that ran on the BBC, and I have all the seasons of that. You have no idea how addicted I am to that show, and I always watch all the Halloween episodes like in October. He is going to be in this movie, so that's what's really intrigued me, because I wasn't overly fussed in the first one, and I'm really sorry, guys, but in my personal opinion, nothing against the girl, but I have never been a fan of Angelina Jolie, but that girl is amazing in Tomb Raider, like Tomb Raider, amazing, seriously. She was also good in a movie called The Tourist with Johnny Depp, but aside from that, I just can't really take to her, I'm sorry. I thought it was okay, it was just okay, the first one, the Maleficent, but my boyfriend actually really liked it. He thought it was fantastic, so he actually does want to go and see the Maleficent, Mistress of Evil one that's coming out. And to be honest, I want to give it a go because Robert Lindsay's in it as well. I would go and see it with him anyways, do you know what I mean? But another thing that has really coaxed me to want to go and see it anyways, for me, is Michelle Pfeiffer, you know, aka Catwoman. So how can I not go and see this movie? And so I'm going to give it a go, and I will get back to you in October with my movie review. So if you can stick me to October, that is, then, you know, just saying. I don't expect anybody to stick me till October, but, you know, just saying. Mulan is another one that we, of course, know because, you know, we've seen one trailer so far. I'm excited to see another one, though, just to kind of see how that's going to go. But, yeah, that's been delayed, actually, a few times since 2018, but apparently now we're definitely getting it in 2020. We've already got a trailer, so we know we're getting this one. The last one is The Little Mermaid, which we all know, of course, obviously, that we're getting. Of course, we haven't got a trailer yet, but we had the announcement that Halle Bailey, of course, was going to be playing Ariel. And we also know that it's going to be directed, apparently, by Mary Poppins Returns director. Now, I actually did, sorry, his name's Rob Marshall, guys, just to let you know. To be honest, you know, director-wise, that doesn't actually sound too bad, because I actually did watch Mary Poppins Returns, I think it was about a few weeks ago. So I actually enjoyed it okay. I didn't really have that many issues with it. Me, I don't have any interest in seeing The Little Mermaid, so I will not be going and seeing The Little Mermaid live action That is just my opinion, and apparently that is being released in 2021. So let me know, out of all the ones that I read out, that you are, you know, excited for or whatever. The only one that I think I'm sort of wondering will we definitely be getting is Jungle Book 2, because although I read up about it and although I read that it is actually happening, you know, you never know, guys, with Disney, because Disney could turn around tomorrow and cancel a whole ton of movies. Apparently they're actually axing a lot of Fox movies. Now, again, that's only something I've read in an article. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But, you know, it wouldn't surprise me, you know, so things can change. But this is from what I have read from what I would call trustworthy sites on the internet. So, yeah. Thank you so much for watching my video. And, yeah, I just think Disney just need... I would love them to just... And I know it'll never happen, but wouldn't it be awesome, guys, if they'd eventually listen to us and, you know, do something new and creative, but something even that's, you know, family friendly, you know, for the age of me, for example. You know, like, I'm 32 years of age, you know, for the likes of 10-year-olds, 12-year-olds, 6-year-olds, you know, something that's so magical, like on the scale of, you know, Jim Carrey's A Christmas Carol. That movie was phenomenal. Great movie for kids, great movie for adults, you know, of all ages. Disney, I would love if they even took the chance, even just for one movie, you know, and it's almost like that just seems like too much to ask, you know, for them to like bring out something this year or next year that's original. But anyways, they'll never listen. But you never know. You never know. Yeah, I don't think it's ever going to happen. But anyways, thank you so much for watching my video, and I will be back soon with another video. I actually am about to watch the very last episode, the 8th episode of The Boys, which is on Amazon Originals, but that's not actually how I'm watching it. Shh, don't tell anybody. But anyways, I will have my non-spoiler, so spoiler-free review of episode 5 to episode 8 of series 1 of The Boys. I have already done my spoiler-free review of the first 4 episodes. If you haven't seen that and you're interested, I will also link that in my video description, so you can get the chance to see that. If you have the chance, you can, you know, check it out. It's, you know, there's no spoilers or anything in it. So anyways, that's what I'm about to go and do, and make myself a cup of tea or coffee or whatever while I'm watching it, and then get my dinner. So thanks for joining me. I should have shut up a long time ago, but I will see you all in my next video. But until then, don't forget that the Force will be with you always, and I will talk to you all in the comments. Leave me something funny, leave me something nice. All your comments are all freaking awesome, and you all are awesome. Bye, guys.